I think it'll be a bestseller. So there you guys are. You two are escorting the nobles who are a little bit later. So first of all, you four are there. And the northern part of the fairground is given over to livestock market. And so you're seeing stockades, basically, pens filled with pigs, goats, horses, and cattle, and of course, sheep. Lots and lots of sheep. And you're seeing farmers are going through, looking at all the sheep, And you are approaching. There are two pins going on here, where two livestock auctioning. So they're raised dais, circular, and you've got someone out there speaking at breakneck speed, selling off stuff. And as you guys walk by, everybody make a roll. Just
any roll?
Yeah, percentile.
I choose to make a roll of D2 then.
Yeah, you four.
Wait, which four?
276s.
Harball, Evo,
Jinx,
and
okay,
and then
the four not escorting nobles. Got it.
Yeah, the four not escorting nobles right now, and then Harball.
Well, the joke's on you then. You're all escorting nobles because there's a noble in your party too.
I'm a noble.
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe if she's bleeding out, maybe I'll just take her stuff. You don't know.
Wow.
I would never do that.
Two of you rolled that. Okay. As you guys are going around the livestock pen, this guy's going, do I have 555? Do I have 555? 666? Blah, 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 blah. And he's going on like that. And unfortunately, Alberic, and it's starting to get crowded, by the way. You guys are actually walking through crowds. But Dor, Inara, and Alberic both make a motion with their hands at the same time. And the auctioneer points at both of you.
Well, I'm not there, right?
Right. And at this point, the bid is for 1d6 plus 6. It's
Are you
for
fucking
12
with me right now?
No, it's for 12 shillings, and the initial bid is 2 crowns. Now it's 2 crowns, 10 shillings to both of you.
Congratulations, you got some cow.
Now wait a minute, but it's going on. But it's still going on.
Question.
Uh-huh.
Is it just because I randomly put my hands up, or is it
moved,
because...
Yeah. You moved in a way. Make an intelligence. Both of you can make an intelligence. There you go. Yeah. You were probably scratching your head, and that was one of the signals that they're using as you're watching them. Sometimes they hold their hand up, sometimes they scratch their hand, sometimes they scratch their nose, sometimes they scratch another part, and they that signifies a sale. So both of you guys both get to roll. One of you two gets to roll for both of you because you both want to get out of this. Percentile dice. You don't want really low.
Who's the other one involved in this?
Yeah, they're both involved, but yeah.
Who's the other one is what I'm saying.
Alberic and Dor rolled the same amount. Yeah.
Got it.
And so now he's looking at you guys. He's raising the bid to 3 crowns. Both of you make a percentile. Or no, actually 1. That's good. That was a fine roll. And somebody else comes and puts his hand up for the 3 crowns, and you guys are out from under the bid. And that goes on until the 12 sheep are sold, and then they get escorted off of the dais to the new owner, and that looks like cattle are going to be up next. So as you guys continue on through, you now start seeing the tents of all shapes, all sizes. You're smelling food just wafting from all the different food stalls that are in a real chaotic way all over the place. There are street performers as you're walking through, fire breathers, contortionists, plays, musicians of all types. And as you guys get into the Shopping Fest, you also see there's beer tents, which are already, even though it's early morning, the beer tents are going. And as well as vendors are here hawking wares of virtually anything you could think of: armor, weapons, pottery, art, you name it. And as you're approaching, you could see behind a bunch of tents to the right and left a ring, like a wrestling ring.
Hello.
And a garishly dressed showman stands in front of the roped off area. It says, "Step right this way, make yourself 5." Now, sorry about that. Make yourself 2 gold crowns. That's right, sir. 2 whole gold crowns for no more than a few minutes of mild exertion. All you need to do is last 3 minutes in the ring with the champion here. 2 crowns if you last 3 minutes, 10 if you defeat the champion.
I'll take that.
You do? You step forward?
Oh, hell yes.
Okay. Okay, so it's 2, 5, and 10. All right. And you can see that the guy's name is the garish dressed man, and then the one behind him is big. He is bare chested. His name is Crusher Brogan. And all right, are we ready? You want to do this?
I want to do this. I have not wanted to do this more than anything in this campaign in a while.
Okay, here we go. So the rules are simple: no weapons, wrestling, street fighting, clean battle, and we are talking about 3 minutes. So 3 minutes is about 18 rounds. So somebody do me a favor, and let's keep track of the rounds. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's keep the rounds and let's go ahead and start doing this. So roll init.
Before I do that, I'm going to do a little bit of showboating of my...
Go ahead.
All right, you got some good pageantry showing off your chest like that. Let me tell you, I know for a fact, just because you can show it off, doesn't mean you got what it takes, brother.
And you see he's breathing heavy, like he's tired. And all right, here we go. Now, let's go ahead, make an init roll. No, initiative off of the combat, the initiative button. Go over to combat tab and click initiative. It will roll it for you. There you go. Okay, so he's acting tired. He spends the first round, he's just circling you. He gives up initiative. What do you want to do?
Let's see. Would I be able to make perception to see if he's faking?
Yeah, intuition. Roll. That's your action for the round, but yeah.
Can I
you
roll
can,
that?
if you want.
Yeah,
Okay, here we go. You can't tell. And then he comes in and he swings a fist at you. You can dodge, or you could try to block it with a just a melee, unless you have melee brawling. You do.
All right.
Okay. And he hits you for 8 to the body. So you see him come in and he puts this big right into your stomach. You go, oof. Your attack. Go for it. He gains an advantage for that.
All right. I'll try and reply and.
Okay. Go for it. So put fist in there under your weapons. Put fist. The damage for a fist is 0. All you get is your strength bonus. And bring your weapon skill in for whatever your melee is.
All right then.
Go for it. Make a attack. You want to reroll that?
Yes, I will. Oh, that figures. I talk all this good shit and then.
Oh my God! The same roll again.
Yep.
All right. So, here we go. And this time, the crowds are starting to scream here as the fight gets intense. He goes to try to grapple you. Make an opposed.
Opposed. Is grapple a particular skill?
It's just, use, you could dodge or you could block it, basically, with your fist. You're taking your hands and keeping his arms away.
Oh.
Oh my
You're
God.
gonna get butt kicked.
Oh my God. Do you want to re-roll that?
Yeah, I'll do. This is my last fortune, but what the hell?
Okay. Go for it. Reroll.
Okay, there we go.
He loses his advantage. You gain an advantage. All right. And it's your attack. We are on 3rd round.
Okay. I'm gonna take another swing at.
Uh-huh.
Okay, here we go.
That's a hit. And that is absolutely a hit. Let me make a... Okay. And he goes to oppose. And he fumbles. And you do 8 to him, less his toughness, and he takes some wounds. And he rolls on the oops. 1 damage next round. Okay, he acts last no matter what. The weapon you ignore because he doesn't have a weapon. All right, so you get to go first this next round. Roll again. You got an advantage for that.
Would infighting actually apply in this such situation?
Uh-huh. Not
Okay,
really. Actually, no, infighting really. Because you're both fighting at the same distance. It's arms. Yeah, infighting wouldn't gain you anything.
Well, I do have the infighting talent.
Right.
So would I get the +10 for that?
Infighting. Yeah, I'll give that to you. You spend an action to try to get in on him. So make a weapon skill.
Okay.
Make a melee check. Whoops. Okay. There we go. Okay. And he goes to make his. And you are successful. You have infighting. So that was a good move. This is the 4th round. Where are you, Evo?
Do I get another advantage for that?
Yes, you do. And
I'll go for another hit.
Actually, it's his turn now. He goes last, but you got in. That was your action. So your whole action was to go in fighting on him. So let me assign that to your token.
Right.
And so you're going to get a +10 to hit as you get in on him. That's pretty much the only effect that would have, since you're both just basically brawling it out. And this time he is going to do a talent called Reversal. And it is basically, that's going to be his... Oh, no, that's only on defense. If you win and oppose,
Yeah,
there we go.
I was going to say, instead of gaining advantage,
right.
you take away all of your opponents.
Right. Okay, so he's not going to do that. He's going to try to attack you. And here it comes. And this time he's going to try to grapple you again. Jeez, everyone's fumbling. Go ahead and roll. You
Things
succeed.
are turning in my favor now.
Yeah, mishandle or drop, miss your next action. So now he can't do anything other than defend. You get 2 in a row.
Awesome. I'm going to use 2 in a row with my +10 and my 3 advantage, which admittedly is my cap.
Go for it. Oh, he will try to oppose that. He does not, but you only do 5 damage, so he only takes 1 more damage. But you do a critical to the left arm.
All right, yeah, we're fighting with no armor, right?
Right.
Oh yeah. Forgot to less for my toughness bonus still on the last one.
Okay. Do your critical hit, and left arm, no modifier. Now we're going to ignore that. But
oh yeah, we have it's non-damaging.
Yeah,
attack,
but we're going to include the wounds down there that get caused. So you did 3 more wounds as a result of that critical. And you get to go again.
I will attack again.
Yeah. We are on our 6th round, 7th round, I think.
Too bad we didn't bet.
Yeah, you could have.
I mean, I'm 100% broke, so it wasn't going to happen.
Oh, my. Okay. And you hit, doing 5. And you kept your advantage. And he is starting to get worn, and you can see he's starting to get pissed. And you can see the small showman who is running this is starting to get worried. All right. So, but he gets to go now, finally.
Oh, I almost want to egg this on with a spell.
Oh, man.
Go ahead. Make an oppose.
Oh, Evo. Go!
And you
Go!
oppose again.
Kick his ass! Kick his ass!
Okay. Now, that's the end of the reversed order. So he gets to go, and then you get to go again. We are on turn 8. He's starting to swing wild. Oh, my God.
Oh, Evo! Get him! Get him!
Same thing as before. Go ahead. Make an oppose.
So glad you went to the casino now, huh?
Quick,
I'm
put your
like
bets on the
Muhammad Ali.
now.
I'm just right up in his face. He can't do anything with his arms right now.
Yeah,
Look at
go
him
ahead.
fighting for his life.
Make an oppose.
Oh!
There you go. You oppose
Bro!
easily. Make an attack.
Oh wait, that was my attack.
Oh, no, that was an opposition. You still need to oppose him right here. He made an attack at success levels here.
Okay, my mistake.
I'll take the roll. I'll take the roll. So you block him,
Okay.
and now you get to attack back.
Though to be fair, that's actually target 85, so slightly less advantage, or
Right.
slightly less SL, but still.
Yeah, still good. Make an attack. And this is going to be using reversal, and he succeeds. That means that all the advantage you had goes to him. And you had how much?
3.
4? 3. He gets 3. You get 0. All right. Now, and this time he comes in bearing in.
Oh my god.
Look at these rolls. Oh my god, making a pose. You oppose him. He loses his advantage. You gain 1.
Oh
Attack.
my god, you're
It's
kicking
9.
his ass.
This is 9.
Go, Evo. Get him. Get him.
Round 9. Roll. Roll your attack. That's a attack. He goes to oppose. He fails.
Fumble. This guy did.
Oh my
this guy
God.
shouldn't have come in the ring.
And again, same thing as before. He's going last, so you get to go twice in a row. You gain. You should be at 1 advantage. We are now on round 10 still, and then we do round 11. So you
How the
attack.
heck
Didn't I
on
get
round
one advantage from the block?
Wait a minute. You attacked. Oh, he opposed. Okay, so wait a minute. You attacked, and he opposed. He blew it. So that is 5 damage. So he takes another wound. And so that's 10. And then he fumbled, and he's going to go last. So that means we are now on round 11. And you get to go first, and he goes second. Roll. That is a hit. He goes to oppose. He does not succeed. You gain another advantage, so you should be at 2, and you do 7 more wounds. And he's starting to get a little staggery. And he comes in, and
I get another. Oh no, wait. He acts last. He doesn't skip a turn for that one.
no, he acts last now. This is for round 11. He goes second because he fumbled on round 10.
Yeah.
And this time he's going to come in and let's see, he will attack. Ooh, 8 points. Make an oppose.
Oh
Ooh.
no.
That's a 10-point hit to the body, less your toughness. How many wounds do you have?
I took a total of 12 damage.
Okay, he's taken a little more than you. This is getting really neck and neck. He has 1 advantage. You lost yours. Now he gets to go first in round 12. You got 6 more to survive. And at this point, he's going to try a grapple.
I'm surprised all the hits I've done haven't been scratching him, but anyways.
No, they have been. You've been doing damage, but he's got a high toughness. Go ahead.
Come on. Come on. Yeah.
And you gain an advantage on round 12. And he loses it. You get to go now at the end of round 12.
Ooh.
Evo. Evo.
And reversal. So he'll take your advantage.
My 1 advantage.
So he's at 1. You're at 0. Round 13. He attacks. My God,
no.
these rolls are incredible.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, but he still hit.
Oh,
Okay. So he fumbled, but he does 3 plus 2 is 5, less your toughness.
so I take 2.
And he fumbles. He's minus 10 on his next action. That was round 13. You get to go at the end of round 13. Oh, and he actually, no, you don't take damage. At this point, we make opposed strength. Go to core stats, roll your strength.
Oh.
You break out of the grapple. So he tries to take you down to the ground in MMA fashion, and you're able to break out of it and push him off. What do you want to do? You're up.
I'll take another swing.
Go for it.
Get him. Get him.
No advantage still?
No advantage. He still has 1. He was successful, even though he blew the strength roll.
Oh!
Oh my
Ooh.
God. That is a 9 point less 2 is 7.
Does that -10 come into play for that or no?
Well, no, that's only on action. Has a suffers your interaction, suffers penalty? Yeah, it would. Actually, so that would be a +1. So that would be a 9 8-point hit. He is about out. Okay, and that last one to his head rocked him, and he's sort of staggering back. Here we go. He attacks back at -10 for the round. You gain an advantage, he loses his. And here comes, this is round 13, 14? 14.
14.
14, okay. And here comes the attack. Ooh.
Oh!
You
Oh!
oppose it, you gain another advantage, and you now get to attack. You want to, make sure you do the oppose versus attack so we keep track.
Oh yeah, I've been doing that wrong.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the ATK versus OPP. But go ahead. End of round 14, you get to make an attack.
It's there.
And he blocks it.
Ah.
And his reversal, he takes your advantage. What was your advantage at?
2.
He's now at 2. And he is going to swing with his fist. Boom.
Come on.
Round 15.
Oh, no!
Round 15. That is an 8-point hit. Minus your toughness. What does that put you at?
17 damage total.
How many wounds do you have?
Total wounds is 11.
Okay. And that was a hit to the body. And total is 11. Okay. I'm going to ignore the bleeding, but you have to make a hard endurance.
Don't get Harry
Just
Houdini.
knocked you out. Come on, Evo! Come on!
Minus 20 endurance.
What were the odds on
Oh,
this?
my God.
Yeah!
You scream out in agony. Okay. And this is going to be about it. We are on round 15, right? All right, end of round. That was top of 15, bottom of 15. You attack back.
I'm actually gonna go defensive for this one. So I got +2 success levels to my next oppose.
Actually, it's minus 20 off their attack, but it's the same difference.
Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah.
So he's going to go ahead and attack then. This is round 16. You have 3 rounds to survive. Make an opposition.
Oh!
You do. He loses his advantage. You are in defensive mode. Okay. He does it again. Actually, this time he's going to.
Going defensive just means I sacrificed my action at the end of last round.
Yes, it is. So you went defensive. He missed. You get to go now. Bottom of your round. Bottom of 16.
Bottom of 16.
Uh-huh.
Oh!
Oh!
Zevo, come on!
Oh!
Oh!
Critical. So let's see how this shakes out. Oh my God!
This is so exciting.
9, 7. So you have a +30 critical. He has a critical in return.
And he is hit.
Here is his critical. You take 2 more, which is the arm is useless. So your left arm is useless at this point. You would take 2 more wounds, and you knock him out.
Hey, Evo!
Ding,
Evo!
with a friggin' cross counter.
Oh, and your left arm is absolutely torn from its torn from its socket. It's dangling, and you see the showman, who's much shorter than both of you, come up. And he's got a scowl on his face, and he holds your hand up, and the crowds just go absolutely nuts.
My arm is hanging limply, my head is hanging limply, but my arm, or my good arm, is straight stock up in the air.
I just wanna say that
Shame we didn't bet on it.
Durek has been watching this very intently, like his eye is completely focused, probably bloodshot because he hasn't blinked the entire time. Doesn't want to miss a thing.
Did a fight better than that. Oh damn!
You can't make this stuff up. Anyway, okay. So at this point, that was close. Theoretically, you both could have gotten knocked out.
That would have been hilarious, but
okay.
I like this outcome.
He gives you 10 gold crowns.
Nice.
This is the most money I have seen at one place in years.
All right.
Certainly in my pockets.
Okay, you guys then continue further down the into the Schaffenfest, where again there's food of all types. There's anything you want to buy. I'm just going to use one counter here, and we'll do Evo right now. I'd like somebody to roll percentile for me. Straight percentile out of the dice roller.
No, I did the last one.
So just one person.
Oh, snap.
We all died.
What does she see?
That long-term cancer that we've all been suffering from takes us all out.
I see everything. I'm gonna.
Turns out this town was built on top of a radium mine.
Turns out Tefane has eyes on the inside.
As you're going through the crowds here,
Well, she does now.
you notice to the right a tent and a wagon. Malthuius Zoocopia. And you see a bedraggled dwarf. And he is seems to be dragging something from behind the tent. And you see it's actually a 3-legged goblin. And it's got something around its neck and a rope that this dwarf is struggling to pull against this goblin who's fighting against him. And then the goblin suddenly comes at him, bites his hand, and the dwarf lets go of the rope and starts charging towards you guys.
Put the injured guy in front.
The crowds are screaming, all right, and running from this 3-legged goblin who just seems to be running right now, right towards anywhere but away from the Zoocopia.
Uppercut it with an axe.
Here's to that.
I do have a question. Does Blather work on anything, or do they have to actually understand me? Because I'm not going to assume a goblin can understand me.
It might know some common. Maybe.
I'm going to pull out like a little pretty little piece of cloth and wave it and go, look at the pretty thing. Look at the pretty thing.
It seems just to be running. At this point, anyone want to do anything, like try to grab it?
I said uppercut it with an axe. I act on instinct. This is a goblin, I'm a dwarf. Fuck
You're
it.
gonna kill it?
I'm gonna kill it.
Given that I'm already kind of just get in the moment of violence, I think I might back him up on this if he misses.
Okay.
If they miss, I'm gonna try to grab his rope.
All right. The goblin sees you, and he sees you start pulling out your axe, and he immediately stops and starts running back towards the Zoocopia. And the dwarf, the dwarf looks to be in bad shape. Literally leaps on him and grabs him to the ground. and pins him
Well,
down.
problem
And he
solved.
cuffs him on the back of the head and says, "Stupid goblin, stop that. Do what you're told." And he gets the rope back in his hands, and the goblin just sulks back into the actual tent that's right next to the wagon. And you see at the entrance of the wagon, and it has a small staircase going up, it's some sort of living quarters or of the like. And you see a man, let's see, long black hair, showman outfit, looks to be in good shape but worn. And he's got a big mustache. He might be Bretonian. It's kind of hard to tell. And he takes his hat off and nods to you, Durak.
Right. What about? He nods to me, and then.
Oh, and actually, at this point, I forgot about that. You guys do happen to be here. You're not with them. But we're going to say that you see Durak, and we'll put Alberic a little deeper in here, as the noble families actually will put him a little further behind, as the families actually you're escorting them. And so Durak, you were actually the one that happened to be there, and we're going to put everybody else a little further in. And because Tefane, you rolled no one during this festival, and an 01 is what?
Everybody turns into Chaos Spawn.
You suddenly hear thief, and you see a stall owner pointing at you, Tefane, Lady Tefane. Thief! Grab her!
This fucking town.
I just start laughing. Really?
Yeah, and actually, everyone around you starts going to grab you, to hold you for the watch.
Will not place your hands on a noble.
A wood elf noble? Can we do that? I don't know. Should we do it? So you gave them pause, but they're all surrounding you. When a unit of watch patrol, 4 of them come up, and there's numerous watch patrols going through this whole fair, and they come up and they say, "What's going on here?" And the style is, she stole from me. I'm missing a piece of pottery here. She must be the thief. She's a wood elf. That's what they do, right?
Dare you insult me with such accusations? I demand satisfaction.
Make a roll, charm, or intimidate, or leadership. I'll give you any of those.
Can I try and quietly cast a spell to make her voice a little bit louder?
You can, but if the watch see you doing that, remember it's against the law. Or if any of the other NPCs, then they're smart enough to know what
I don't
you're
know
doing.
if I am doing anything because Petty's instant.
Petty is instant, but anytime you cast a spell, you have to make a very loud. It goes from loud to very loud. You could try if you want.
Well, he doesn't make a noise, but also, aren't elves exempt from the whole witchcraft thing?
I thought we were. At least that's
high
what we
elves
said.
are. I'm not sure about wood elves.
I don't know, last time you did this, we all brought up the fact that you're in the Empire and you're under the Empire's rule of law.
Yeah, you're under the Empire's laws.
But the whole thing was that the elves founded the great colleges, so they have certain dispensation.
The high elves do, but you guys are wood elves. That's a little different.
Okay.
Do they know that?
No, you're an elf. Go ahead, make a. I'll give you a language magic. Go for it.
Good enough.
You are successful, and his roll is worse than yours. So Tefane, Says, I'm sorry. There's no problem here. I'm sorry. Do you mind
Is
if
a problem here. You falsely accused a noble of theft. How dare you?
You can let it go, can't you?
I spit
he
on
looks-
the ground.
He looks down at you with eyes that says, you want to let this go?
Who's speaking to me?
The patrol sergeant.
Basically implying that I should let it go.
Yeah, you should let it go. If you
Um,
don't have to, if you don't want to, it's your call.
know if she would be hot-headed enough or not. She seems to like these
Right.
humans spilled drinks on her. They accuse her of stuff. They're full of crap about these fake deeds and whatnot. I don't know. She's kind of pissed off.
Right.
She can't get the. She haggled for a piece of leather armor, then the guy wouldn't.
Welcome to picking a race other than human.
Yes.
She's kind of fuming mad.
Was watching the boxing match, did that make you feel? Did that lift your spirits?
Yeah, that was satisfying. Okay. Since, yes, she did see her traveling compatriot beat the shit out of a guy. Yeah, she'll let it go.
Okay. And you hear a pathetic little horn sounding from behind you, as does Durak and the nobles he's escorting, as does Alberic and the nobles he's escorting. And it looks like Malthuis's Zoocopia is starting. And the dwarf comes out and you hear a pathetic little and crowds start gathering. All right. And Malthuis comes forward and bows low to the crowd. Welcome one, welcome all to Dr. Malthuis's Zoocopia, a veritable cornucopia of oddities from far reaches of the empire. And he says this with great flourish. His arms held above him and he spins. Most of the crowds look at each other confused. Corn? He's giving us corn? I like corn. And Malthuis pauses for a second.
Vegetable from Lustria.
Malthuis pauses for a second. You can see him sigh a little bit. His clothes are gaudy but worn, but he has a somewhat seedy look about him. And then another pathetic horn sounds from the flea-bitten dwarf at the far corner of the main wagon. The first malformity you will witness comes from the far reaches of Kislev, rumored to be a favorite hunting dog of the queen herself. I bring you Spot! And out from behind, the dwarf brings a huge two-headed wolf. The dwarf is holding on to its leash, digging in his heels in an attempt to control the beast. The wolfhound is taller than the dwarf by at least a half a foot, with brown shaggy hair. Both huge heads are growling at the crowd, looking different directions. You hear some cries of shock and fear, and you see quite a few in the front row taking steps back, knocking a few of those behind them to the ground. You can see a few people run in fear. The hound moves forward, growling even more fierce. Have
I'll
no
be real.
fear.
If I was a more devout Ulrich, I might be getting some awful ideas right now.
Have no fear, ladies and gentlemen, for we are in complete control of our creatures, Malthuis says, stepping forward with more lavish hand movements and a bow.
I've never heard more of a flag than that.
At that moment, the hound leaps forward. The dwarf loses his footing, pulled forward with an oi, and dragged on the ground as the hound lands and charges towards the center of the crowd. You guys, some of you are to the left. Durak, you're left south. Alberic, you're upper right. You guys are in slightly different locations in this crowd. The center portion of the crowd starts stampeding away in terror, leaving behind one blonde-headed girl no more than 5 years old. Before anyone can react, the hound charges the girl, stops, and licks her face with both heads.
Aww.
The remaining crowd starts cheering. The girl starts giggling. The stampeding crowd starts coming back. They're cheering also. The hound trots up to Malthuis, who pulls out 2 treats, feeds both heads, patting the hound on the head. The dwarf gets up, dusts himself off, looking irked, gets the leash, and takes the hound behind it back into the tent.
You are
Smile.
so lucky you didn't let us act.
I know. Yeah, you guys would have killed him, and then you'd be in deep shit because you'd owe him money. But smiling, our next oddity was saved from a witch hunter at the border of Stirland. Crowd gasps and goes silent. With another flourish, he was tied to the stake and ready to be burned. Meet Otto. You see a young boy, or it could be a girl, come out from behind the wagon, unclothed because he's completely covered in long brown hair, head to toe. It's like from the monster Addams Family.
Cousin Kid?
Yeah, because only the blue eyes are visible through all the hair. The crowd gasps at first, but many start laughing and pointing. The young creature comes forward, head down to Malthusius, trying to hold his hand. Malthusius subtly pulls his hand away before the creature can hold it, gives the creature a treat, and pushes it gently back to the wagon. And he's holding his head down the whole way. Our next oddity is an evil and most foul creature, captured in the Badlands and brought here for your enjoyment. Meet the three-legged goblin. The dwarf is seen first at the far corner, pulling hard on the leash. The goblin is seen next, resisting, digging his heels in, pulling back on the leash. Stop fighting, you filthy creature! The dwarf takes a step forward, raising his fist. Malthusius has an angry look on his face, and the goblin steps forward and bites the hand holding the leash, this time dashing north along the wall. He goes away from all of you behind, and he's dashing north. At that point, you see the goblin, as you guys are looking, the crowd start running and screaming, and the goblin contorts himself through a grate at the base of the wall into the sewers.
This is amazing. I almost believe he's actually escaping this time.
Tenacious little bastard, but
They really know how to
he's
train
the
him for a show, huh?
he's the Watcher's problem now.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but the show is over. Malthusius is glaring at the dwarf, who's staring down at the ground and bears somewhat fearful. You see Malthusius cuff the dwarf on the head while he's speaking with him. The dwarf goes back behind the wagon, head bowed. Malthusius starts walking southwards with a scowl on his face, his eyes fixed somewhere in the distance. He looks at the dwarf. He goes, "You were the one who captured that goblin before. You want to capture him again?" That's you.
Capture is a special word to use for that.
I mean, if he's talking to me, that's not true.
Well, you stopped him from running
Very
away.
well then. What's the asking price?
Asking price. It's probably going to be 5 gold crowns, maybe 10.
Make it 10 and it's a deal. Alive or dead?
Do you have others?
I could.
Then come with me. And the nobles look at you and they say, "But you're here to protect us."
3 silvers versus 10 crowns? Are you going to match?
No, go on.
Good luck to you then.
Now, okay, and I have some. Just a second, let me go search for something. Oh, come on.
I will actually, if they go off and do this, I will bid Durak and any who join him good luck while I go and grab a nice strong drink to help soothe my aching everything.
You and we're gonna have a conversation after this session. I told you, Durek was staring at you, something fierce during that fight. Things are gonna happen between us now.
You know what? I think Iva wants those things to happen, or something along those lines.
Now I'm wondering what you're thinking I'm talking about.
Good question.
Okay, I can't find it. That's too bad. I had some.
Very raunchy pictures to show us. Oh,
No.
you've scamp.
No.
Now, it was something different, but I don't know what happened to it. It's I had. There we go. Okay, so that's right. Here it is, right in front of me. So you follow, and you, Alberic, you see the dwarf head off with this guy, and he's leaving his family, the noble family that he was escorting.
They adopted me. They're my family now.
You fine folks will excuse me. You should be safe enough in the time it'll take me to just talk to my friend over there. I'd like to see what he's up to.
I might actually step in.
But yeah, family that definitely would not appreciate Durak's Gotrek and Felix fanfiction.
So you leave your family too and follow? As you
Yes.
follow Malthuias south, you pass a stall on your right. Empire Arms, the best arms in the Empire. And it's a bunch of wooden arms. You pass a stall on your left. Santino sausages for that Tillian flavor. And another stall, Frederick's Fine Foods, all the find you can find. Further to your left, you see two watchmen dragging off dragging off a woman protesting her innocence. And eventually ahead of you, you see a large blue tent. Two watchmen guard the northern-facing entrance holding halberds. Two stockades are west of that entrance. One of the stockades has a dwarf in it. Your group, and there's a line getting in. Your group is waiting at the entrance. Malthuias is talking with an official in whispered tones. While that is going on, you see a small group of street urchins, different than the ones you hired. They are throwing various objects at the dwarf in the stockade. One misses and hits you, Durak. What do you do?
Hey, which one of you braggarts threw that?
They stop, look scared, and run off through the crowds. And then you hear it's coming from the dwarf, and the dwarf in the stockade. You start smelling him. He smells awful, and he smells like alcohol.
Well, do I smell him, though?
You don't.
I say, yeah. I do not
That's
smell
right.
him.
I got to remember that. You can't smell. The rest of you smell him. Begging your pardon, can any of you lend me a shilling to get out of here?
Well, I
You can
imagine,
tell he's still drunk, and he smells like he's never taken a bath.
well, I imagine he's not talking to me.
Oh,
He's
sure,
looking
I
at
know
all of them.
exactly the way you can get out of here. Here, just come with us, I say, ready to lead him straight into the sewers after a goblin.
He's in the stockade.
Oh, okay,
But-
I'm sorry. I didn't know you guys was okay. I thought it was
Yeah.
harassing us.
Yeah, he's in the stockade right now. Let me see if I have a picture for him. I might. I don't. Okay. And no one can lend me a shilling. Any of you, please?
What would be in it for me?
Pardon me?
What would be in it for me?
I don't know. I'll be forever in your gratitude.
Gratitude won't feed my belly, good sir.
You
Have
need
fun.
something done? And you guys, as you're waiting, you could see, looking in through the tent as you're waiting, you see that there's a dais, just a square platform built up, and there's someone seated on the dais wearing a blue tunic, a blue larp, which is the Harry Potter type hats that you saw in the Ministry of Magic, and a large gold pendant on a chain, marking him as some sort of official. A group of 4 drunken men are in front. 2 watchmen are behind the seated man on the dais. 2 on each side of the drunken group. The seated man with the pendant makes a wave of his hand, and the watchmen converge on the group, start shackling their hands. The group is led out as you make your way in, and the official at the entrance leads you in. Malthuius approaches the seated man. The seated man leans forward. Looks like you've lost something, Malthuius. Yes, I've heard already. Now I have a dangerous goblin on the loose thanks to you. He looks tired and sits back. Who are these? And then he's sort of scowling at both of the wood elves in the group. People.
That's normal. I mean, I just let my appearance speak for me. Who I am and what I am is self-evident. No
Who's
words.
your friend here, Malthuius?
Malthuius steps forward. I wish to have these fine people track down my goblin, he says with a flourish and a bow. The man on the dais. Fine, fine. 5 gold crowns for his capture and return, turning to you. You can stay at the Journey's Inn, the finest inn in town. And you, Malthuius, will contribute another 5 gold crowns. Malthuius pauses as he was raising himself up from the bow. A momentary scowl is noticed. He pauses and bows again. Most certainly, Magistrate Richter. Do you? And then Magistrate Richter looks at you. Do you agree? He's looking at you.
2 gold crowns each, stay in a fine inn, track down a single goblin. We outnumber? Hardly seems fair, don't you?
These are the price that
Well, I
was
mean, fair to the
previously
goblin.
agreed
Deal
upon
doesn't.
anyway.
So you are taken over to a table behind where there's a bunch of scribes. Your names are written down. A writ is written for 10 gold crown reward for the capture of the goblin alive. And he says, and you guys are then led out through the other side of the tent. And there's a scribe with you. And he says, arrangements will be made for you at the Journey's End, just inside the east gate. Take a left, you can't miss it. Ladders and torches will be provided for the sewers. You'll be entering at the closest spot to where the goblin entered the sewer. And he motions for another attendant who comes and says, he'll take you to the sewers. So you have an attendant with you. The attendant leads your group north to the east gate. You notice more stalls along the way. Mungus manure, best manure in the Reich. There are no other stalls near it. Rutbroger food, buy local. Ordo Sepentarius, donate to a good cause. And of course, another beer tent. You see Watch going into the beer tent, and you can hear a scuffle from the tent. And there's a small crowd around a barred entrance right at the base of the city walls. And the attendant says, that's where the goblin entered. And you see the small curved entrance and what is only a contortionist could have possibly fit through. You also see small traces of green blood on the bars. And the entrance slopes down to the sewer, so it obviously catches water. And you are led through to the east gate. At this point, it's late morning as you've gone through some of the Schaffenfest. And you arrive at the Journey's End. And there you're brought in, and the innkeep, who looks like a fussy, kind of snobbish guy, seems a little put off by all this, by having you guys stay at his place. Maybe not the wood elf, because she is cultured, but the rest of you, definitely. And
I'm cultured.
But you're all given private rooms, right?
Ooh.
And then the attendant is waiting for you outside. And eat food now if you can, because you don't know how long you're going to be in there. So food is ordered for you. It's very good. And you guys have a meal. And as you go out, you can see there's another attendant there two men holding a ladder, and a third, his arms barely holding 20 torches. And as one torch drops, then a few more drop, then all the torches drop. And this guy goes, Sai, goes and picks him up again. And you guys end up going south down to here, roughly, right here. Okay, so let's put a figure over there. It's about midday, 12 o'clock. And the two attendants put down the ladder. They pull out crowbars and they open a manhole in the ground. And the smell coming out of the manhole cannot be described.
Oh.
Literally, I could never describe it. I've not smelled it.
Oh, you can't. Yeah, you're fine. And you all, except for Durac, recoil from it. Edward drops another torch, then another, then all of them again. As you arrive, one of the torch rolls into the manhole and you hear it plunk below into water. And with a heavy sigh, he picks up the rest and starts offering them to you.